Good afternoon. I am Santosh from Manipal Academy of Higher Education, India. Yes, we have been we are all pure users, and few things which I want to share the experience at our university. First of all, Manipal Academy of Higher Education is a private funded university. So what makes it different is, the university comprises of 28 institutions, and all these 28 institutions are being accredited or recognized or regulated by different agencies. So we have a University Grant Commission, which is on the top, and then we have close to 28 institutions, and each of those institutions comes under different regulatory. So we have health science institutions, we have engineering institutions, we have management institutions. So they have, each of them have a different regulator. So now the question for us, the problem which we were always facing is the way each of those regulator defines the terms. So it's so unique that the way that a simple terminology like faculty, the definitions in a medical council is different as compared to the University Grants Commission, or it's different as compared to the Pharmacy Council or a Dental Council. So now, going by these things, if at all I want to have a accreditation, I want to have a regulatory requirement for each of them, and at the university, when we are here at the research office, how do I manage these terminologies? Like they want us to provide the data in terms of what is the research productivity of your faculty, research publication numbers, grant numbers of faculty, or what is your student numbers, all those things. So now it becomes very much different, or which becomes very much difficult when we are looking at a manual process. And the best part is, though we have been using Pure since 8-9 years. We have close to 1,500 universities in India as on date, and sadly, we are the only customer of Pure since 10 years. And the problem is, though we have been using Pure for most of the things, I also have to make sure that the data is also there on all the other regulatory bodies. So they don't accept the data to be integrated from Pure. So still I have to manually upload all the things as of today also. So just to have a small poll so that we are in sync. So how familiar are you all with regard to the CRIS? Yeah, I think most of you all, yes, definitely. Yeah, so going ahead. So this is what I was speaking. So though we have a national regulatory, so a lot of institutions, and each of the institutions will have to be ranked or apply for ranking and other things. So then we also have the international bodies like US or THE, which we also participate. So now the problem is, these are the things which I was speaking. So the metrics like per faculty, publications, or data with regard to the contributions in terms of SDGs, grants, the equipment which have been funded by different agencies, the data with regard to those, how actually we can bring and submit the data, because every year we have to submit for the accreditations with all these 26 accrediting agency and also for the regulatory agencies. So just a second poll, so just to understand what is that you feel whether the Pure can help us with regard to getting the data on time. Yeah, so yes, as expected, it's the data-driven model which we always have to look at. So the source, a single source of truth. So here also we look at the pure reporting module to help us with regard to getting all these data for us. So like the faculty reports, the publication reports, the equipment, collaborations, the SDG impacts. So because all of the ranking agencies are also speaking with regard to the same. So just to understand these things, so mainly the evidence, what is there, which is happening at the university. And second thing is also with regard to the benchmarking and assessing the data. So the earlier impact, what I was talking was we used to maintain something called as ROR records. We had our own internal the Excel based data which we were capturing at the institution level, because what happens is whenever you have largely the problem is, so you have different departments, different institutions getting the data from each of those institutions and trying to look at the university requirement. So when we asked the data from department A used to give it at one particular time, department B did not give, so the data again when we asked the second time they were giving a different data. So by that time everything date wise, calendar data, year wise, everything was a mismatch, and because of which lot of times we were getting a data which was either unskewed or which was actually less or not related to what it was. And many a times we used to always have these problems in terms of the underrepresentations of these data. So that's where we started looking at the Pure portal. So just to have one more poll in terms of understanding what best features do you feel is more valuable for an institution like us? Yeah, so that's very true. So automation of the publication data and the customization when it requires, when it is to the accreditation body, whatever we are submitting. So these are some of the things which we also felt, and that's where we started speaking with the Elsevier partners to help us with regard to get these things done so that we can able to get the reports automated. Wherein when we are talking in terms of the institutional requirement, then the university requirement, because each of their definitions, each of the way they look at, say some of the data was academic calendar wise, some of the data was financial year wise, and some of the data was the calendar year. So each of those terminologies were different. That's where the data, the requirement comes in terms of automating all these things. So we just looked at the data collection, the data-driven approach, where we try to look at getting all these data automated from the pure reporting modules. So this is what we are getting the outcomes. So reduced time, and the accreditation data is now almost in line with what we have been expecting. So most of the documentation works are now automized. So this is where we are looking at enhancing it in the future. So we are very thankful for the Elsevier team, so that they are helping us in terms of building these things. So I have my customer support executive Priyanka, who is here to help me out with a lot of things. We have been getting individual customizable reports and all those things. You want to speak?
I think we had 15 minutes. Thank you so much for joining. I know it's the end of the session today. MAHE has been using Pure for last 10 years and has been a pioneer in the region. And one of the most important use cases was to submit these customized reports which different accreditation bodies in India needs. And these data in Indian institutions are actually scattered across different databases. So when MAHE started the journey with Pure, they needed to have one single source of truth where all these research-related data could be stored and impact and story could be told and reports could be created that could capture the journey, the performances, the analysis, and there are different requirements. The metrics are very different. So I'll give you an example. Usually we use H-index to measure the impact of institutions, or even for authors is the main reason. But for Indian NAAC accreditation body, they ask H-index per paper. So it's a very unique way, and they use Pure reporting to help customize different reports. The new reporting module is very intuitive. It has different variables. You can establish the relationship. Now, as a next step, they are also looking at CV module and equipment monitor to bring in data around their equipments within Pure. So that is the next step that the journey of Pure at Manipal Academy of Higher Education would be. So in terms of conclusion, I think I'll have to invite you to conclude the session.
So yeah, this is what we have been doing in terms of looking at. So we have been very positive in terms of the use case, and we would like to extend it in a much more way in terms of implementing things like the CV module and the equipment module in future. So yes, thank you.